Hey, what's up, family? Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. I'm the host of the Pay Me No Mind podcast and Bite Down Boxing, which I also do here on the YouTube channel. Trying to get into my college basketball bag finally. It's been slow coming, but I'm getting, a rivalry game like tonight, the best in college basketball. Number one Duke Blue Devils versus hosting the eighth ranked Tar Heels of UNC. I had UNC going into this one, and they pulled it out. But the drama was kind of removed here immediately because Zion Williamson was gone on the first possession, 36 seconds into the game. I thought it was 33 actually, but I'm sitting here now looking at the recap. They have it as 36. So he was gone right away. The team really didn't have any rim protector, no offensive rebounding. Carolina just had their way. They were led by Luke Maye. I think he finished with 30. Also with like 26 was Cam Johnson. Both of those guys shot well over 50% from the field. And they also scored about 62 of their 88 points in the paint. That's kind of like boxing. Little parallel right there. When you have 60, when you have well over 50% of your points, that's nearly 70 or something coming from inside the paint. And one of the key stats in boxing is if you land 50% of your power punches, typically you're gonna win that fight. And here, like I said, with 62 of the 88 points coming in the paint, high shooting percentage, efficient game, and the ball just bounced their way all night. I mean, just from Zion is showing some NBA guys saying some tweeting out to Zion. Hopefully this is nothing serious, but he was holding behind his right knee as he blew his left sneaker out as he went to plant and cut. Real quick, I just want to say Jay Billis mentioned it a couple times that he didn't think that anybody else had ever blown out a shoe before, a sneaker. And I want to say in the Big Ten, I don't know if it was McGarry from Michigan. Somebody in the Big Ten blew out a pair of Concords, I believe. It was either Concords or the hologram. No, not the hologram. Yeah, the holograms. It was one of those two. I thought it was a Big Ten team, and it could have been McGarry, former big man for the Wolverines, super freshman for 1 year. But I can't remember the guy. That's who I want to say it is. But I have seen it happen before, where a guy went to plant and the person's foot came out the side of the sneaker. So I have seen that before, but that wasn't an injury on that one. Tonight, like I said, a very scary moment for Zion with everything that's in that young man's future. Fighting through it though, Reddish and Barrett, RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish. I mean, those two guys, 30 some points, nearly 30 points for Barrett, the lefty, and kind of did it not quietly, I guess, but didn't look like he was putting it up that well. I mean, putting it up enough to get that much, but those two guys had to carry the weight. Not a really inspired game from Trey Jones, and then the rest of the guys could never really get it going, and like I said, the ball kind of bounced the Tar Heels way all night. Good victory for them. I am a Tar Heels fan. 44 was in the building tonight, sitting behind the Duke Blue Devil bench. That's President Barack Obama. I thought David Robinson was in the crowd, but they didn't even say anything about him. But Ken Griffey Jr., Spike Lee, possibly down there doing some scouting for the Knicks. Yeah, so Spike was in the building. I said Ken Griffey Jr., the kid. Good game, man. Like I said, the drama and everything that you could expect, the box office appeal of the game definitely took a major dive once Zion had to leave the game. He walked off the court under his own power, made his way back to the locker room to be examined under his own power, but he did have a noticeable limp. And you were kind of hopeful that that he'd be able to make it back to the game, but that wasn't the case. They mentioned on the telecast that him and his family watched the game from back in the locker room, and Zion didn't even go back into the at halftime. He didn't even go in and join the team in there for that. So, like I said, it took a lot of the intrigue out of this one. Hot shooting night by Carolina, who led 42-32 at the half. Luke Maye had 18 at the half on 8 of 13 shooting. Cam Johnson had 12. And the three-point shooting in the first half was 2 of 18 for Duke and kind of helped get them in that hole. They did come back to just within 5 points, and a couple of balls bounced Carolina's way. And, let me not even sit here in front, man. I'm very ecstatic that they got this victory, in a series, in an all-time series that's only separated by 3 or 4 games or whatnot, and only like 14 points maybe with tonight's, a 16 points. So, yeah, like might be a 13-point differential in the series right now. But other than that, yeah, 34 of 42 points in the first half was in the paint. Like I said, finished with like 62 in the paint in the second half. And just horrible shooting. I thought one key play was this Goldwire cat, I believe is his last name, a bench player or reserve player for Duke. I think when it was right at that 5-point deficit, I think he took a three-pointer that he really had no business kind of shooting. And that's one of my issues with basketball right now is you have so many guys. It's kind of a variation of hero ball, but you have a lot of guys who just take that three-point shot just trying to make the big shot that if they were really thinking and really playing team ball, I think they would either pass or take a couple of dribbles and get a little bit closer, take a higher percentage shot. But everybody just wants to hit the three. And like I said, that's one of my things right now, one of my pet peeves that kind of keeps me away from basketball as much as I would like to be. What else was there? So the Tar Heels moved to 21-5. They're 11-2 in the ACC. Duke drops to 23-3, also 11-2. And then I believe Virginia is the other squad in the ACC that's 11-2. So Garrison Brook also had a nice game. I believe he finished with about 14. So all around, the better. I mean, obviously, the whole left in the lineup from Zion and everything that he brings to the team, they just couldn't overcome it, and that's what you end up with is a 16-point, loss at home. So, hey, I'm going to get on out of here. Please hit that. Please become a subscriber. Check back in with me. I'm probably going to do a bracket this year again for the Pay Me No Mind and Bite Down Boxing channel. So we'll get into that in a couple of weeks. And then, hit that like button if you want to talk some more. I mean, if you appreciate the way we break down sports here on Pay Me No Mind. And let me get on out of here. Hoping to get a Bite Down Boxing podcast up later this week. Thursday through Saturday, somewhere in there. We'll see. But other than that, I'm out. Thanks for checking out the video. Peace.